Look, I've been there. You have moobs that Kim Kardashian would pay for. You can't wear a white t-shirt because it doesn't look great when your nipples are poking out. And you've ripped holes in your t-shirt, pulling it away from your chest so nobody can see your biggest insecurity. But no more. There is so many fucking videos from people who have never struggled with their weight, telling you doing exercises like the squeeze press will somehow turn your flabby moobs into Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson pecs. And embarrassingly enough, I can tell you that I've tried them all. And unfortunately, it's not that simple. But because I'm so kind and amazing, I'm going to teach you exactly how to turn your pair of massive habadongas, I don't know if they're showing up on the camera, but believe me, my 14-year-old self would be proud, and turn them into somewhat defined pecs. So we're going to start off with the training. And unlike all of the influencers make it out to be, I'll be honest, this is the least important part. It will do very, 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 very little for the fat loss side of things. So I want you to completely disconnect the two. The only purpose of your training is to build the muscle underneath the fat so that when you do lose the weight, you have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson pec poppers and you're not flat as a pancake. Man, that spot is fucking huge. So there is literally only 3 kind of exercises you need to be doing to build up your chest muscles. You need to be doing some sort of flat press. This will be for the middle of the chest. It can be done with a barbell, it can be done with dumbbells, or it can be done with a chest press. At the moment, my favorite is the flat barbell press. You also need to be doing some sort of incline press. So this will target the upper part of the chest, which kind of gives you that shelf look. Now you might not think this will make a big difference, but if I'm honest, a good upper chest makes you look so much better. So again, you can be doing a barbell press, a dumbbell press, or a machine press. My favorite has always been an incline dumbbell press. And then you want to be doing some sort of fly movement. These are basically the only exercises that just hit the chest, whereas with presses, you also use your shoulders and your triceps. You're usually lifting more weight. It can be more draining on the nervous system. So adding some of these flies is just a less taxing way on your body of hitting more chest volume, which is overall good. So you have 3 options. You can do a pec deck or a cable fly, which are by far the best. Or if you don't have that equipment, you can do some sort of dumbbell fly. The biggest mistake people make trying to do these exercises is turning it into some sort of press instead of a hugging motion, or trying to ego lift, and they end up looking like one of those clapping monkeys. The job of your chest is to simply move this part of your elbow into your center line. So your goal is to bring your elbows as close together as possible to get maximum range of motion, instead of the gym bros fist bumping themselves just so they can lift an extra 10 kilos. And do nothing for their chest. Great, you know the exercises. Now how often should you be doing them? So what I want you to do is pick one of each of those exercises. You are then going to do 3 sets of them. That is fucking terrible. So you're going to do 3 sets to failure with each of these exercises. And you want to be doing that at least 1 to 2 times a week, with a total of minimum 12 sets a week, which can be a little bit complicated to work out. So if you want a free 3-day workout plan, so you don't have to think about it too much, just click the top link in the description. Now, the last thing you have to do with training to maximize results is to be tracking the weight and the reps that you do each week, and trying to make a small bit of progress with some of the exercises you're doing. At the moment, I'm using an app called Heavy. I use the free version. I'm not sponsored by them, but I find them quite good. And you can input that free workout plan directly into it, and you'll be fine. And boom! No fucking shitty squeeze press or weird TikTok shop items. Just the actual facts. Now on to a more important part. I know you've probably heard your local PT say, abs are made in the kitchen. It's 80% nutrition, 20% diet, and unfortunately, that's kind of true. Your man tits are lost and gained in the kitchen. Maybe less of the kitchen, more on the couch with too many snacks. But at the moment, you've been gaining too much, and we need to change that. So as you know by now, I have helped a lot of people lose a lot of fucking weight. And the worst kept secret in the entire fitness industry is that you need a calorie deficit to lose said weight. So what we need to do is get control of how many calories you're putting in your mouth every day. It's not full of food. I just needed a prop because our attention spans are getting a bit shite. Now, the best and most consistent way I have found to lose and keep off the weight long term is to start tracking your calories. It can be overwhelming. It definitely takes a bit of learning on how to do, but once you get comfortable with it, it will be game changing for you. It will teach you so much about nutrition. It will teach you portion control, and it will lift the blindfold and show you why you haven't been losing weight in the past fast. And don't worry, I have a free guide that I usually share with only my paying clients on how to start tracking calories, and that will be linked below too. But if you can get on top of that, it will make such a huge difference to your long-term fat loss. Now, the calories are by far the most important thing when it comes to controlling your overall weight. But because me and you don't want to be starving little hangry pricks, and we also want to go from man boobs to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson pecs, so me and you also have to focus on protein, which will keep us full. It has a very high thermic effect of food, which is very good for fat loss, but I'll explain that in another video. And it is essential for building muscle. I want you to imagine that this is your bicep. I know, pretty fucking huge bicep. And in your bicep, each one of these little Lego bricks is a piece of protein. So if you are pushing yourself in the gym, training really hard, progressing with all your lifts, your body is going to be trying to build this bigger so it can withstand the load. But if you don't give it the extra bricks or the extra pieces of protein to allow it to build, it just won't recover properly. You'll never end up building the muscle, and you'll just feel constantly fucking tired. So we need to be eating enough protein. Okay, awesome. So how much protein should you be eating? Reasonable enough question. Most people would be saying about 1.8 to 2 grams of protein per kilo you weigh, which is a reasonable enough estimate, except for the fact that I work with a lot of people over 100 kilos. So let's take Barry here. He started at 133 kilos. Do you think I want him to be eating 266 grams of protein a day? No, because that would cause a chicken genocide. So if you are starting from a heavier point, realistically, if you can get like 160 grams, you'll be absolutely flying it. Now for the secret third thing that you need to be doing. And if you've skipped to this point, you little cockeyed bastard, it's going to be completely useless if you don't have the first two. So go back and watch the full video. It's consistency. When I was about 110 kilos, the amount of times I built the perfect plan with 6 days in the gym, 1600 calories, and would stick to it for 5 days is immense. It took me 7 months to lose 35 kilos. So with that in mind, the plan that you're currently thinking of, would you be able to stick to that for 3 months? If the answer is no, you need to reevaluate your goals. I know when I first started trying to lose weight, I thought I had to be torturing myself. In the gym 6 days a week, cardio 5 days a week, and eating jack shit. But that's just not fucking true. This guy here was eating about 2100 calories, in the gym 3 days a week, and yeah, he was doing about 7 to 10,000 steps a day. And the reason he saw such great success was because he could maintain it. So now you know the exact protocol to get rid of your moobs. You know how to train, you know what to do nutrition-wise, and you know you need to stay consistent. So if you need any more help, make sure to hit the subscribe because I'll be uploading weekly videos like this. And if you want more one-on-one help or group support, message me on Instagram at t.e.o'neill and we'll get chatting.